Muy buenos días, queridos odontonautas. Les saluda su amiga Diana Montoya desde el aula virtual de inteligencia dental. El día de hoy con una interesante entrevista patrocinada por nuestros queridos amigos de Dentadec. Es un gusto para mí presentarles al licenciado Ricardo Cárdenas. Muy buenos días, Ricardo.
Buenos días.
Tengo los odontonautas contigo.
Muy buenos días. Bienvenidos, odontonautas, a esta entrevista que tenemos hoy con el vicepresidente de Desarrollo de Negocios de BioLace, William Brown, Bill, como lo conocemos nosotros, y esperamos que les guste todo el mensaje que él tiene para nosotros, con las preguntas que nosotros hemos diseñado, y también les advertimos que toda esta entrevista va a ser hecha en inglés, pero va a ser subida en algunos días ya con subtítulos en español, tanto en la plataforma de I+D como en la plataforma de Dentadec en nuestro canal de YouTube. Bueno, pues también quiero hablarles un poco, perdón, de la trayectoria de Bill, en su carrera dentro de láser, dentro de BioLace. En 2002, inicialmente como director de marketing, pasando a vicepresidente en 2006, luego vicepresidente de ventas y marketing en 2008, hasta alcanzar su actual cargo de vicepresidente de desarrollo de negocios desde 2013. Desde su incorporación, Bill ha sido fundamental en la expansión de BioLace en los Estados Unidos y el mundo. También es miembro de la Junta Directiva del Congreso Mundial de Odontología Mínimamente Invasiva, al formar parte de la Sociedad Americana de Medicina y Cirugía Láser, y miembro de la Academia de Odontología Láser. Antes de unirse a BioLace, Bill fue cofundador de Creative Incorporated, una empresa internacional de equipos dentales avanzados desde 1995 hasta que fue adquirida en 1999 por Welch Incorporated, momento en el que fue director de nuevos productos de desarrollo y director de la Junta de Welch Creative Incorporated hasta 2002. Dear Bill, it's a pleasure to have you here in this interview. How has treated you Mexico on this trip?
This has been my best trip ever to Mexico. Over the weekend, my wife and I attended a large traditional Mexican wedding, and it was amazing. So it was great. But in general, I just love the food. I like the museums, and especially the people. And it's a great city, to say the least. And also this week, I've been visiting with world-class Mexican laser dentist, which has been a lot of fun.
Perfect. Have you been in Mexico before?
I have. I've visited Mexico City for the first time in 1980, and I was with a leading ophthalmologist, and we were introducing the first eye laser into dentistry. I mean, into ophthalmology around the world, and Mexico City was one of our first places. Mexico has been a leader in laser technology since they were first introduced in the late 70s.
Okay, very good. Why have you been interested in visiting Mexico on this business trip through Latin America?
Well, as I said, lasers have always been very important in Mexico, and they're very important to BioLace. For this visit, I'm working with our exclusive distributor, Dentadec, and we are working on our goal of lasers becoming standard of care in dentistry. And also two other key things. We are coordinating possibly the largest laser education event in the history of Latin America in Cancun in October. And we're also coordinating professors from dental schools throughout Mexico to come to the United States to our Dental Learning Center in California.
Okay. Talking about the economics, what is your perception of the Mexican economy on the international scene?
That's a good question. That's a very good question. While there's still some risk to the economy that we are all familiar with, the economy has been improving in 2017 compared with 2016. As I mentioned earlier, the Mexican market is very, very important to us and the entire Latin America area. Latin America is the fastest growing segment of our business throughout the world.
Okay. We know that you have a great and successful career related to the lasers. Could you tell us how did you start in this technology?
it's a long story. So
we have time.
Okay, good. So anyway, I was first exposed to the very earliest laser technology as a student at the University of Alabama in electrical engineering, and I was fascinated by the lasers. They're the color of the beam, the technology got my interest. And after a few years as working as an engineer in Alabama, I got the opportunity to go to work for Coherent Medical, which was the largest laser company in the world at the time, and involved, as I mentioned earlier, the first medical laser for treating eye conditions for people with diabetes. So it was just a miracle for me to come from Alabama to California, Palo Alto, California, to work in the laser industry. But I've spent the first 17 years in the laser industry doing ophthalmology, dermatology, general surgery, and helped pioneer the endoscopic procedures for gallbladders and things like that. And then a dentist bought one of my ophthalmology lasers to treat his dental patients back in 1990. And he becomes a great friend of mine, and I've become very interested in the dental market and the opportunities for lasers in the dental market. And so I started researching it and got involved with a company in 1995, and I've done dental lasers full-time since 1995, with the last 15 years at Biolase, which is the world leader.
Okay, perfect. You have witnessed the change in the opinion of the dental professionals about being skeptical about the implementation of laser in the practice, and now having it as a current priority in their practice. Can you tell us from your point of view how this change came up?
Yes, the primary interest of Biolase is for patients and the benefits to patients using this laser technology. It's also the primary interest of the dentist here in Mexico. So we both are interested in the patients.
And what was the trigger?
Well, patients hate the drill, the scalpel, the needle, the shots, the noise of the drill, and the pain associated with that. And when you have the ability to provide a pain-free, no drilling, fast recovery time to a patient, they tell their friends, and the referrals allow the practice to grow. And also you have happier patients, the dentist is happier, and everybody, it's a win-win for everybody. As long as the patient focus for Biolase and for the dentist is very congruent.
Okay. In Biolase, there has been a constant development in the solutions that corporation offers. Can you tell us how much tough has been the journey and what kind of challenges did you face?
So many of the doctors, maybe on this webinar, remember the lasers from the late 80s and early 90s. They were the size of this room, and very unreliable and very expensive. So the challenge over the years has been to bring the lasers into smaller, less expensive, more reliable, and easier to use. But probably the toughest challenge we had was laser education, which is not provided in the dental schools, similar to the way it is provided in medical schools. So there was no training, no infrastructure for laser clinical training in the early days. So since that, over the years, Biolase, our partner Dentadec, and our other distributors around the world have built a global training infrastructure for clinical laser training for our dentists around the world, led by our learning center in California, but also throughout the world.
Okay. Biolase clearly leads the world in the dental laser market right now. What are the reasons why you consider that the majority of dental practitioners choose Biolase?
Well, you're right. We have sold over 33,000 lasers in the dental market, and our lasers have been used to treat more than 28 million patients. So the key, I believe, is the fact that our company was founded by a dentist, and our lasers have been designed specifically for the use of dentists in on the teeth, the oral cavity, the bone, and the soft tissue related to dentistry. Dentistry is our total focus. So every aspect of our laser technology is designed specifically for dentistry. This is unique in the dental industry, in the laser industry, to have a focus on one market segment like we have here. But it has allowed us to have, we have over 400 patents and patents pending, which allows us to have a very strong intellectual property position, and we even license some of our technology to other companies in the industry while keeping all the top technology specifically for BioLase and our distribution partners.
Okay. If we're talking about dental laser practice, the benefit for the patient are many, but what do you consider to be the three most important?
Less pain, less drilling,
okay,
and faster healing. The faster healing is a very important aspect of the laser for the patient, along with the pain.
Okay, and talking about the dental practitioners, what would you be the main reason why they should implement a dental laser in their practice?
Number one is happier patients. Number two is fewer complications related to the procedures because of the benefits of the laser technology. Number three is the ability to perform additional procedures that will allow the practice to grow. And fourth, and probably the most important, is the referrals to other patients from happy patients.
Okay, very good. On the other hand, across Latin America, BioLase maintains an indisputable leadership. How do you explain this successful performance in this region?
Well, in this region, and specifically in Mexico, I think our success is a direct function of the quality of our distributors. In Mexico, with Dentadec, Dentadec has been in the high-tech equipment business for 25 years. They have the support, they have the service, they have the installation, and they have the clinical training that is necessary for a successful, happy dental laser owner. And I believe that BioLase has not only the best distributors here in Mexico, but also the best distributors throughout the region and around 71 countries around the world.
Okay. We know that you are responsible for the development of BioLase technology. Can you tell us what we can expect from BioLase in the near future?
That's a trick question. Okay, no secrets here.
Okay.
But what I will share is that it's a responsibility of BioLase, and virtually all the innovations in laser dentistry has come from our company and our R&D team over the years. And what we're striving to do right now is to bring the laser technology into the same level of innovation as we see with the smartphone, the Galaxy or an iPhone, where we're using Wi-Fi and connectivity to the distributor, to the coach, and even to a user group, and as well as the apps and the online training, all of the things we see in modern high-tech world. We're trying to incorporate all of these features and technologies into our lasers.
Okay, perfect. I will check if we have some questions. We have some expressions of from Uruguay, from Corina Lacoste, and I don't know, Norma Sanchez, that she's from Mexico. Say hello.
Hello.
And maybe we wait a little. Vamos a esperar un momento para ver si existe alguna pregunta que podamos tener para Bill en estos instantes. Esperamos o tú tienes por allá en Facebook algo, Dianita.
Únicamente saludos.
Saludos. A ver, saludos, dinos los saludos.
Y tenemos saludos de la doctora Alma Díaz, del doctor Julio César Adams, del doctor Marco Romero.
Only hello.
Yeah, I have many friends in
Mexico and Latin America.
In Latin America, absolutely, yes.
Doctora Ana Lilia Arce también manda saludos.
Okay.
doctora Dulce María Joroles, doctora Noemí.
Good morning from Monterrey, from Carlos Quintanilla. And good morning from Latin America, from Giovanni Pozo.
Great. So hopefully the people that are wishing me a hello this morning will meet us in Cancun in October.
Oh, okay, perfect. And something more? Pregunta. We have a question here. The questions are appearing right now. Future is a little bit the very near to the last question. In the next future, 10 years, how do you expect the technology in the dental practice will be?
Well, we believe that long term, as lasers become standard of care, the laser technology will be incorporated into the dental unit, just like a high speed, low speed, air, water, intraoral camera, scanner, laser. We will just become totally integrated into the dental systems.
Okay. And we have another. How do you think we can introduce the use of the laser in our practice, considering the cost of the device?
Well, one of the things we are working very hard on is bringing the cost down. As I mentioned earlier, the lasers today are much smaller, much less expensive, much more reliable, and much more intuitive than the earlier lasers. But they can be confident that we will continue to make lasers more affordable for our practitioners throughout the world.
Okay.
You're not going to become standard of care unless everything is affordable.
Okay. When we will have a laser, or the possibility to allocate a laser in the unit, in the dental unit?
That is exactly one of our biggest projects for long term. It's a little complicated in that there's ADEC, there's Cabo, there's many Plan Maca. There's so many manufacturers of Anthos dental units that there has to be a coordination within the dental unit manufacturers, and they have to become convinced that the laser needs to be built into the dental unit. We will have the technology available as we develop partners within the dental unit community. It'll have to be a partnership between the laser manufacturer, the dental unit manufacturers, and then distributors such as Dentadec to have a complete solution for the doctors in the future. Yes.
Perfect. Maybe you answer that is Giovanni Pozo. Maybe if the laser will be more cheapest than is right now. I think that you answered that. It's not any question. ¿Tú tienes preguntas de aquel lado, Dianita?
Y no solamente los saludos.
Good morning, Marcela Rojo de La Vega. Good morning. When and where in Cancun will the seminar take place?
You'll have to answer that.
Yeah. When? I don't remember exactly.
It's the 16th through the 21st of October.
21st of October, Cancún. Sí, todo de la cumbre.
Sí, del 16 al 21 de octubre.
Del 16 al 21 de octubre será la cumbre en Cancún. Ya tenemos hotel.
Sí, es Gran Escaret.
Gran Escaret. En el Gran Escaret será la cumbre. With Giovanni Pozo will maybe give us another questions. I don't know. Do you have something? ¿Tienes algo por allá, Dianita?
No, no sé si Giovanni puede abrir su micrófono, si tenga el micrófono. Ya está en el panel. Preguntas.
Podemos pensar en tener un láser con más. if we think that we can have a laser with more longitud de onda, with more wave.
Okay, yes. Yeah, different wavelengths of lasers perform different functions clinically. And right now, BioLace has different wavelength lasers, one for soft tissue and pain therapy, one for on the tooth structure without pain. We will see in the future, we will see the application of multi-wavelength lasers. The challenge is the opposite of the questions we've been having today. Multi-wavelength lasers are much more expensive.
More expensive.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but they're definitely in the future.
Okay, perfect. We don't have any more. ¿Tienes algo más, Dianita?
Tenemos una pregunta que dice, ¿puedo ir a conocer BioLace?
If a dentist want to know the BioLace plant or the BioLace corporation.
Yes.
And it's possible?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, we would love to have them come visit us. We can arrange a tour of the factory. In spite of rumors that our lasers are made in China or somewhere else, we actually make all the lasers, even the little handheld pen laser, right there in our factory in Irvine, California.
Okay. ¿Es posible? Entonces, más bien, supongo que tendría que haber algún tipo de relación. Yo diría que contactaran con su distribuidor. No sé si la pregunta viene de México específicamente, pero tendrían que contactar con su distribuidor para hacer el arreglo para que se pueda hacer esa visita en la fábrica de BioLace. ¿Alguna otra pregunta?
No sé.
I don't have any questions here. ¿Tenemos alguna de allá de Facebook?
Sí, caballero.
Ahora, in your opinion, which dental gadgets are the most important for the dental practice?
Should be radiography, digital radiography as a first step, and intraoral cameras, the things you need from a diagnostic standpoint. Then I believe that lasers are the second most important high-tech device. The lasers will allow you to generate income and create additional patients. Yeah, and happy patients that will help you afford to buy the other technologies, of which in the future, I think that intraoral scanners and cone beams, where you got a full 3D view of the mouth as well as the structure and the for implantology, I think that will become standard of care. And then long term, the idea of CAD/CAM, where you can scan the mouth, digitally design a crown, and right now you would mill a crown in your own office. That technology is, but very soon we'll be able to use a 3D printer and literally print a tooth the same color, the same to exactly match, and do it all in an office visit, one office visit in maybe 1 or 2 hours. Yeah.
What is your opinion? He or she, Juan Carlos Trejo, not Juan Carlos Trejo. What's your opinion comparing ozone therapy against laser?
If you're talking about like electrosurge as scalpel versus the laser, there's no comparison. The laser is far more precise, much less thermal damage, and the healing is much faster. Just comparing those two technologies. Some of the other technologies that are used, for instance, in treating periodontal disease, those treatments require expensive bone and chemicals, medicines to treat the disease, as well as the use of antibiotics, which is becoming very difficult because of the antibiotic-resistant bacteria that's out there. The laser can do the periodontal treatments, the mild periodontitis with just the laser, with no antibiotics, no additional medicines, and much more effective and much faster healing. So if the question's a little bit broad, but in virtually every comparison between the laser approach to treating a dental disease and the traditional, the laser is superior.
Okay. I don't have any more here. ¿Tienes algo por allá? ¿No? I think that, bueno, yo creo que si tienen alguna otra pregunta que les interese acerca de la tecnología láser, acerca de BioLace, escríbanla y nosotros se la vamos a pasar a Bill para que él se las pueda contestar en algún momento. Recuerden, toda esta plática va a ser subtitulada para que se pueda subir a I+D y podamos subirla nosotros a nuestro canal de YouTube en el muy corto plazo. Puedan tener una referencia mucho más clara de todo lo que Bill nos ha mencionado. It has been a pleasure to talk with you, Bill. We appreciate a lot you attend this interview. Do you want to send a final message to the Mexican dentists who are thinking about implementing laser in their practice?
Yeah, first I'd like to say hello to all of my friends throughout Latin America, especially ones with wishing me good wishes today. I think that Mexico and the Mexican dentists have an opportunity to make a major contribution to the lasers becoming standard of care. They've always been very involved in laser technology on the medical side. We have the opportunity to do the same thing on the dental side. So I encourage all Mexican dentists to embrace the WaterLace technology, and they'll be very happy that they did, and their patients will be even happier.
Perfect. A last question, but that is very interesting. Laser will replace the drill?
No.
Okay.
It's interesting. In very early in lasers in dentistry, that there was a lot of claims that the laser could replace the drill. The laser cannot cut metal. At least the lasers that we use in dentistry are not able to cut metal, and people have metal in their teeth, amalgam and things like that. What the laser does, it replaces many procedures done by the drill, such as cavity preparations. It replaces the scalpel in virtually every application used by the scalpel, and in many cases the patient will only need topical anesthetic, so it can replace the use of the needle. So it's a much more varied device, so not specifically to replace the drill or the scalpel or the needle, but a combination of, for the majority of procedures, it can replace all three.
Okay, perfect. Thanks a lot, Bill. It's a pleasure.
Thank you.
And, bueno, pues muchas gracias a todos nuestros odontonautas. Esperamos que esta plática haya sido muy interesante para ustedes, como lo fue para nosotros al hacerla aquí. Y bueno, pues los esperamos para el próximo webinar que nosotros estemos patrocinando en la plataforma de I+D. Muchas gracias.
Agradecemos mucho a nuestros queridos amigos de Dentadec. Muchísimas gracias, licenciado Ricardo Cárdenas, por esta interesante información. Les recordamos, queridos odontonautas, que con su conexión en la plataforma se acredita directamente su CADI, y a quienes nos siguen vía Facebook les pedimos por favor ingresar a www.inteligenciadental.com/CADI. Fue un verdadero placer recibirles el día de hoy en esta su aula virtual I+D en el ciberespacio. Les agradecemos mucho su tiempo, confianza y preferencia. Nos encantará encontrarles próximamente en esta su aula virtual para que disfruten de las interesantes conferencias que tenemos en vivo. Se despide su amiga Diana Montoya, que tengan una excelente tarde.